Now you'll notice that you have two plus icons. If you have used Adobe Voice, which became Adobe Spark, and now it's Adobe Spark Video, you are familiar with this plus inside the circle. As I begin to scroll, it shows me what that title is going to do. Notice it is going to rotate away and disappear. So when I push this plus, and it wants me and allows me to add a photo, I don't have to, but if I do, that photo is going to become part of that transition from the background. So you'll notice I can upload a photo from anywhere on my Mac. I can find a photo by doing a search. If I have something in Creative Cloud, that once I get into using Adobe, I can save certain photos into Creative Cloud. If I use Adobe Lightroom, maybe you're a Lightroom user, that's one of Adobe's features. You can pull directly from it. Dropbox, Google Photos. So let's say that I have a photo on my Mac that I would like to use. I'll go to my pictures, and I'm just going to simply go to this Twitter picture just for the sake of grabbing it for time. So you notice that it dropped it in on the background. So now when I scroll, you'll see there's going to be my background picture, and that's what it will look like whenever I scroll. If you want to change, all you do is click on the background. Notice I can change the focal point. So I have options here. I can choose and drag the focal point. So maybe you put a picture in and you think, I don't want it to be there, I want it to be over here. You can actually click and drag and change your focal point of the picture itself. So you notice it's in portrait view, and maybe I want it to be focused over here. So I'm going to click save on that, and then maybe I want to replace it or delete it. You can do any of those at any time. So now we get to the next section, and as you scroll through, you'll notice that this pops up. I can do a photo, I can do text, I can add a button, and the button will allow me to link, but it will link out of the page. It will not link within the page. I can embed a video, I can add a photo grid, or a glide show. We'll get to a glide show in a minute. But the rest of these are very straightforward that you've probably seen in other locations. You've seen it in Adobe Voice. So if I added, let's say that I added text, notice I can change my options here, add bullets, I can add a link, I can do all kinds of different things, and I begin to create my page right here in the way that I would like. So let's say that I want to say test page 1. I am going to add some features that are useful. Okay, so I've added that. Now I can add another icon. Maybe I want to drop in a video. Notice when you go to drop in a video, you can add a YouTube link, and you can save it. You can also add a link from a Spark video. So if you've made Spark videos, which was Adobe Voice, you can actually embed them here. So it's a great way to layer the use of the tools that Adobe offers you. So if you want to do that, you can. You can also add photos. So now whenever you scroll, this is what you'll see. If you add a button, you can edit the button, you can add text, you'll see where it goes, you'll see the alignment, and then you can click save, and it will save all of your features there for you. So if I want to preview this site, that is going to be critical for helping me understand what it's going to look like whenever someone uses it. It does transfer to mobile very well. There's very little issue in looking at it on a phone or an iPad. It's a very straightforward and useful type of creation. So let's go ahead and preview the page. So if someone goes to my page, this is what they would see. And then at the bottom it will say made with Adobe Spark. So even though we only looked at a few of the features there, the nice thing is it's very easy, very straightforward. I can add, I can change, I can delete at any time. I could add above it, below it. Last thing we want to look at is the glide show. So you can actually see how the glide show works. And you'll see that you'll choose different photos, and then as they continue to scroll through your page, it is going to allow them to see these different pictures as they scroll. So it kind of, in a way, it's a little bit of a subset or a subpage on there, but it allows you to add a set of photos without extending the page a whole lot. So if you want to, you just upload your photos, and then you would save and continue as usual. When you're done and you're ready to share, you can choose share. You would want to maybe pick a category. So let's say that this is education. You could turn the author on. You can actually turn that on and off, and what that would do is if someone goes to this, or you start to get a little bit more maybe ambitious and you want it to go public and you want other people to see it, you can start to maybe garner a little bit of recognition. Photo credits, if you have chosen photos that you need to give credit to, or they came from somewhere, you can add the credits here, and it actually puts it at the bottom of the page. You can turn this off so that it will not generate in the Spark search engine on Spark's website. So you would create an unlisted link. That's very similar to YouTube in the sense that if you make it unlisted, other people can see it, but they have to have your link. They can't search the Spark page to find your information or find you. Now the one thing right here, remove Adobe Spark branding. You can upgrade your account if you would like, as we've talked about, but that's something you don't have to necessarily do. So now I'm going to create an unlisted link. It is going to create, and you'll see right now I can copy and paste this. I can embed it, email it, send it to Twitter, Facebook, anything I would like to do. Now when I go back to my projects, you'll see that my page shows up right here. I can go back in and edit. I can quickly rename, duplicate, unpublish, delete, or I can quickly share from this. It will also tell me how many views it's had and if anyone has loved it or liked the page. So those are the basics, the straightforward basics of Adobe Adobe Spark page, and I would encourage you to explore, to look at it, and see how you can use it in the classroom.